This is the 183rd Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud. A Taiku is an unanswered, unresolved question. That tradition has it that we must wait until the Messiah comes, and it is Elijah the prophet who answers all of these unanswered questions. This Taiku is found in Tractate Sanhedrin, page 85b. And thinking back, we were in Sanhedrin earlier this year in Daf Yomi, and Sanhedrin 85 B in the 80s. We were around Purim time. I remember that Sanhedrin 87 was the Daf of Purim, which this year was on March 14th, and on Friday, and in outside of Israel. I'm not sure about Jerusalem, how they did, maybe it's a day later. But in any case, what's interesting is that the Taikus now are matching up a little bit to the Daf Yomi that Sanhedrin started around Hanukkah time last year. And then and now the second Taiku in Sanhedrin, it goes from Sanhedrin 11 and it jumps. There's a huge gap with no Taikus of some 74 dafs, 73, 74 pages with no Taikus. That's a big gap. But I mean, to me it is. I don't know. I haven't covered all this yet, so maybe. But anyway, so I don't know exactly, but it seems to me like it would be. But anyway, this Taiku appears in Sanhedrin 85b with the words Boy Rav Yirmiyah. Boy Rav Yirmiyah, Ganavu Machriya Shema'u Machriya Shema'u Bra Ma'u Yesh Derech Imu Bekach Oein Derech Imu Bekach. Rabbi Yirmiyah raises a dilemma. If one abducted another and sold him while he was asleep, that's interesting. If one abducted another and sold him while he was asleep, what's the halacha? Why would it make a difference? If one abducted and sold a pregnant woman solely for the benefit from her fetus, what's the halacha? In that manner of exploitation for which one is liable to be executed, or is it not a manner of exploitation for which one is liable to be executed? So I think what he's asking here is, oh, by the way, I should do my disclaimer. I haven't had to do this for a while, but when I read the Talmud, I'm just reading what the Talmud says. I'm aware that there's some questionable or maybe offensive material to many, and I understand that, and I'm not taking sides with the Talmud or not. I'm certainly not taking sides with the Talmud in many cases. So when the Talmud says something that's controversial or anti-Gentile sometimes they are, you can see that. This is not me reading it. This is not me adhering to it necessarily, but me just saying I'm reading the Talmud. It's my project to complete these things. Anyway, that being said, let's continue. So, you have rabbis asking about, if someone is, kidnapping somebody and they only want their fetus, and I mean, where are you? What are you thinking about? But I guess this is where they wanted to know every last detail of everything. So, okay, so he was asking if someone kidnapped a woman for a fetus, and so is that considered an actual kidnapping? Because he didn't really kidnap the woman, he just took the fetus, and the fetus is not really born yet or something. I don't know, whatever he was thinking, that's what he's asking. And I don't know why being asleep would have anything to do with it. But anyway, he asked that as well, and then let's continue here with Sepo. Derech imur bekach or in derech imur bekach, my Taiku. The 183rd Taiku has been asked by Rabbi Jeremiah. The Gemara asks, with regard to the dilemmas raised by Rabbi Jeremiah, but let him derive that the abductor is not liable as there is no exploitation at all of a sleeping individual or a fetus. That's not true. I mean, they exploited somebody while he was sleeping. Why is that not exploiting? Okay, this is why I don't agree with it. There is exploitation. If you kidnap someone while they're sleeping, you jolly well are exploiting them. I don't agree with this at all. The Gemara answers no, it is necessary to raise the dilemma only with regard to the sleeping individual in a case where one reclines on him. Reclines on him, and with regard to the pregnant woman, where one stands her in the face of the wind to protect himself from the wind. What will they think of next? Why would okay. In those cases, I'm just trying to visualize it, holding a pregnant woman to shield her from the wind. Okay, in those cases, is that a manner of exploitation for which one is liable to be executed? Or is that not a manner of exploitation for which one is liable to be executed? What is the halacha? The Gemara concludes this dilemma shall stand resolved. And get this, we need to wait for Elijah the prophet for the answer to this one. Messiah, the son of David, and Elijah the prophet will herald his appearance, his coming, and then we can ask, what is the law if you kidnap a sleeping person or kidnap a pregnant woman just for the fetus? Shabbat Shalom and Happy Hanukkah.